Lamar Jackson, when healthy, is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And with all the free agency frenzy going on, I know it's been hard for a lot of us to keep up with his current contract situation. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at the main reason why Lamar and the Ravens haven't been able to come to an agreement and what's next for both sides. So a lot of you might be asking the same question, whether you're Ravens fans or Lamar fans, you might be asking, isn't Lamar a free agent? And the answer to that is kind of simple. Well, not really. Sort of. You see, the Ravens slapped Lamar with a non-exclusive franchise tag on March 7th. And you again might be asking, well, isn't that just the same thing as a good old regular franchise tag? And the answer to that is again, sort of, except the non-exclusive franchise tag not only allows the player to play another season for that team, but the non-exclusive tag gives the player the opportunity to negotiate with other teams. Meaning Lamar is still technically a free agent, so he can still get calls from numerous different teams from various different places across the league, and basically just listen to their offers, and if he likes the offer, he can take it. Now, if the Ravens can match the offer by said team, they get to keep Lamar. But say the Ravens and Lamar get an offer for Lamar's services from somebody and the deal is so crazy that the Ravens can't match it. Then the Ravens would receive 2 first-round picks from that team in exchange for Lamar Jackson's services. So just to kind of put it in dummy terms, if Lamar doesn't get a good offer, basically that he doesn't like, then he is basically still a Ravens player in 2023. And if he wants to play on the tag, we'll play on the tag for the Ravens. And if the Ravens get a ludicrous offer for Lamar that they can't match and Lamar likes, he's going to head to that team and that team's going to give the Ravens 2 first-round picks. It is a whole mess and it's very confusing and I'm very sorry if I lost you in all that. So to avoid both your confusion and my confusion, why didn't the Ravens just extend Lamar like every other franchise quarterback in the NFL? Well, Ravens fans, you can blame the Cleveland Browns on that one. Yeah, your AFC North rivals. Blame them for this one. You see, about a year ago, the good old Cleveland Browns decided to trade for then Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. So they traded for Watson, they kicked Baker Mayfield out to the curb, and they gave the Texans an absolutely lucrative trade package for Watson. And to add insult to injury, they gave Deshaun Watson a $230 million guaranteed deal. And you would think, was this for prime Deshaun Watson? No, this was for Deshaun Watson who hadn't played a year of football and had pending legal troubles going on at that time, which this contract keeps him locked up in Cleveland until 2027 and will be 32 years old. So the Browns are currently regretting and restructuring that deal to make cap space and improve their team. But you might be asking, what does this have to do with Lamar? Well, it created a big ripple effect in the NFL when it came to quarterbacks and how they get paid. Basically, the Browns inflated the quarterback market. A lot of quarterbacks that are looking to get extended are looking at that deal and saying, well, I'm better than Deshaun Watson. I definitely played better than Deshaun Watson this year, so why can't I get that deal? Why can't I get $230 million fully guaranteed? Watson could sit on the bench for the rest of his career with the Browns and still get $230 million fully guaranteed. He'd get cut by the Browns and he'd still get $200 and something million fully guaranteed. So Lamar is looking for a deal like that frankly he should get in terms of talent-wise. The guy's won an MVP. The guy's been great for the Ravens. He's been the glue that kept the Ravens offense together. He honestly deserves that deal more than Deshaun Watson does. There is no question in terms of Lamar Jackson's ability. Like I said, he's the glue that keeps that offense together. He not only keeps it together, he elevates everyone around him in that offense, in the huddle and out of the huddle. Honestly, the Ravens don't lose in the playoffs with Lamar like they did this year.
Huntley sticks the ball out. The Bengals have the ball. Baby. They are running it back. Sam Hubbard with blockers behind him. Hubbard to the Ravens 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Bengals! Woo. Tyler Huntley tried to extend the ball over the goal line. It got poked away. Sam Hubbard scooped it up and ran the length of the field. Like I mentioned before, there is no question that Lamar Jackson is a generational talent at the quarterback position. His skill set is a joke. He's quite literally a Madden-type quarterback in real life. So a lot of you guys, I know, are probably thinking to yourself, what could be scaring the Ravens away from extending a guy like that? And if you picked it up, notice that I said that if Lamar was on the field against the Bengals. Frankly, I think that Lamar's injury history has been one of the reasons why the Ravens haven't been able to extend him, that's been scaring them off from extending him to this big, long-term, massive deal. Lamar has had 2 season-ending injuries in the last 2 years that have forced him to miss most of the Ravens games toward the end of the year, which both happened a year and 8 days apart from each other. Lamar suffered a grade 2 pedal ankle sprain in 2021 that caused the Ravens to miss the playoffs. He then suffered a grade 2 PCL
PCL sprain in 2021 that caused him to miss the rest of the season again. So for hypothetical reasons, we're going to say that the Ravens give Lamar his $50 million deal a year that he's been asking for, which is a $300 million 6-year extension, which is really the only rough idea that we have of what kind of a contract he's asking for, at least according to Ian Rappaport. So say the Ravens offer Lamar this deal, he accepts the deal, he gets extended, and he continues to suffer these major injuries towards the end of the year. PCL sprains, ankle sprains, you name it. Injuries like that. Then there's no telling, unless we go forward in time, what this is going to do to his game, his dual threat ability, stuff like that. Basically, all the traits that Lamar is known for, his jukes, his dual threat ability, we don't know how that's going to affect that. Now, Lamar could not suffer a season-ending injury again for the rest of his career. We don't know that. Again, it's a guessing game. It's been 2 years now that Lamar has sat out the rest of the year due to injuries. This could cause the Ravens not to make the playoffs for a while, not to get far in the playoffs, not make a playoff run, which is the end goal at the end of the day. The Ravens want to win a Super Bowl. They have the quarterback to win it, but can that quarterback stay healthy? And even with that, if they extend him and he's not healthy, then he's got this massive cap space per year, which they're going to have to restructure and try and get around. They already have to upgrade their offense, and their defense is aging. And the Ravens have the 8th oldest team in the league as of 2022. I've also seen a lot of commentators and people say that part of the reason this deal has slowed down is because of the fact that he doesn't have an agent and that Lamar is self-representing himself, which I think is part of the reasons why the Ravens are putting the U tag on Lamar, to basically say, all right, Lamar, what you're asking for is just too much money. We can't give you that much money. Go ahead, go out and look and see anybody else will offer you more or the same amount of money and see how you do, which I can understand. If the Ravens feel like this is an unreasonable contract for Lamar to be asking for, then I can understand why they're saying, okay, go ahead and look out in the market, see if they'll give it to you. But in terms of the agent thing, I don't think that's the case. All right, I've heard a lot of people like Mike Florio bring this up, that the fact that he's 26 and that he's asking for a mega deal and that the Ravens trying to tell him, well, we can't give you that deal, and having an agent would help. And I could kind of understand that. As someone who is 6 years younger than Lamar, I know if I was in his space, I've had no idea what the hell I'm doing. But look, if Lamar wanted an agent, I'm sure he'd go get an agent. If Lamar wants to represent himself, then he represents himself. It's something that the Ravens are going to have to deal with, and honestly, they're going to have to get around if they want to extend him. At this moment during free agency, there is no resolution to this. The Ravens haven't extended Lamar, and they're still ongoing in negotiations. Look, if the whole Aaron Rodgers fiasco wasn't going on right now, I'm sure this is the headline story we'll be talking about. Would Lamar stay a Raven? Would he get moved? And what would be happening to him in 2023? So with free agency starting on Wednesday and teams being able to negotiate and talk to Lamar, a lot of teams pulled out, such as the Dolphins, Falcons, and Panthers. And as of today, when I'm recording this, I've seen a lot of teams like the Patriots, Vikings, and various other teams that need a quarterback right now be kind of looking and swirling around in stories. Frankly, the one that caught my eye the most was the Vikings. I mean, imagine if the Vikings had Lamar Jackson and Justin Jefferson duo. Oh my God, that would be crazy. Frankly, I would love to see Lamar in the NFC. I know the AFC's got a lot of good quarterbacks, coming in as well. I think the NFC is wide open. I know Stephen A. Smith came up with this San Francisco sort of like offer thing, which didn't really make sense in my head, but imagine if that came through. I mean, they would be unstoppable. San Fran would be unstoppable. They would be that's it. Just hand them the ring right there. I like the Lions too. I think the Lions could upgrade at quarterback instead of Jared Goff, and imagine him with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams. I mean, man, they would go crazy. But those are just some places I'd like to see him in terms of the NFC. Also, going back to the AFC, I've seen that the Tennessee Titans also have been kind of in the mix here when trying to get Lamar. They've been trying to move a lot of people. They've been clearing out cap space. They're trying to move Derrick Henry, so we'll see on that. Look, right now, we don't even know if Lamar is going to want to play on the franchise tag, in either to force a move to a different team, or he doesn't want to play for $32.4 million in 2023. It was announced today, though, that Lamar is doing an exclusive interview with his own production team called Truz Productions, dropping an interview on his Lamar Jackson Entertainment YouTube channel soon. So this is gonna be like the Pat McAfee thing with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure a lot of us are gonna be glued to our screens when that drops. Look, I don't know how this ends. I don't know if this ends with Lamar getting extended or this ends with Lamar on a new team. Look, do I think Lamar should get paid? Absolutely, 100% I think he should get paid. The issue is a lot of teams don't want a lucrative deal out in the open with someone like Lamar Jackson, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of teams don't want to pay their quarterback an insane amount of money. I think the Cleveland Browns really messed up the quarterback market on this one, man. They really screwed everybody over. So we'll see, but I do think Lamar should get paid. And let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this situation. Do you think Lamar should get paid? Do you think he should move on? Where do you think he's gonna go? Where do you want to end up? And do you want to be a Raven next year? With that all being said, though, I have been Josh from S.H.T Sports. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, and subscribe with notifications on. Hit the share button as well. It helps us out a lot. And make sure you have the notification on so you do not miss an upload by us. With that all being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.